let's talk about general file organization and yeah, let's go. So first of all, let's see how do we name files. In this case, AutoCAD files. Control Shift S, save. As you can see, this file is named with the project code underscore the project name, which is also a code, and normally is based on the address of the place. So in this case, it's 36 Bishop Street, and then dash, and the deliverable. In this case, is DA. Then underscore, which is another field, the version, and then underscore the person who draw this file. In this case, Eleonora Caudai, EC. So project code underscore the project name, which is also a code, dash deliverable underscore the version and EC. It is important to put the version before the name because it is not that relevant that things organize alphabetically with the person who draw, but it's actually more important that organize chronologically on the version. So if we put the person before, it will organize EC before, for example, MGP, which is my name, but it might be version 1, 7, 17, and then my versions are 2, 16, and that is not desirable. Okay, then in all the drawings we have this grid, which normally is organized in 3 main areas, and also we have in two let's say 2 hemispheres, like the north hemisphere and the south hemisphere. You can call it like that. Normally the grid is set to the origin of coordinates in here, and this line that goes horizontal sets the division from whatever is drawn on plan view and on elevation view for these 2 first blocks. On this first block is for existing. So we normally have this gap in here, which is the site plan. That's why we have a bigger area. And normally here we have the existing plan as they are. In this case, they were not necessary. And then we have the elevations. And then on this side, we have the same organization, only that we don't need the site plan because we do then compose from the previous site plan with the new building. And in here we have the floor plans normally on this side. 1 second, please. Of course, they're calling. So resuming, so we have this area for plans. So this column will be normally for the main version of the plans. We have the lowest level closer to the equator of the drawing, then the next level, next level, next level, and the other columns we use for other options if we have. I mean, if we happen to have more than 4 options, we just edit the grid and put another column. So that is not, this is by default, but we can modify in any case. Now, if we go to the elevations, we have normally 4. It might be cases that we have more than 4 elevations because it's a pentagon, for example, but that's very, very, very rare. So normally we have 4. We start the first one with the plan view. It would be handy if we actually have the plan view here, but we don't have it. It will be the south elevation because it's looking north. It's the way we orient the drawings most of the times, and then we have clockwise or counterclockwise. It doesn't matter. Just following the order on one side. Now what happened next is that we do the sections normally are parallel cuts to one of the elevations. So this section here is immediately below of the northern section because we cut in the building on this side only further ahead. If we happen to cut the building 20 times in the same position, which we have already done in some other cases, we just keep going here, and same as we do with the floor plans, we just cut in the same direction with the elevation. So for example, this one is cutting the building in this. on this plane, just 1 meter from the external wall. So we have here, and now we have this big block that is organized to avoid surfing through the layouts. We know that the layouts are actually the thing that takes more resources on AutoCAD, and they're very annoying to work with. So the idea is that we prepare the presentation in a layer that doesn't print. This is actually the logo, and this is the details of the company. Normally we know that we have the legend here, or we can actually have that visible. And we work as if we were working on the layouts to then set the printing area only this rectangle, and at least we know we're not drawing on top of things we shouldn't draw. So this is a very practical to draw straight from the model, which that does go much faster than the layouts. And what we normally do is that we start in somehow a chronological order of the drawings, and we have, for example, here the site plan and the demolition plan, and this, and we use just blocks to reference throughout the presentation, where we cover that in the next video. So this is optional, but we normally put a note of what is the drawing we have in the template, and this is again in a layer that doesn't print, which comes very handy to work and have all the drawings together. Sometimes we have to work with different files. So the idea is that, for example, this would be a good example. We don't have the floor plans because they might have been worked in another file which has nothing but the floor plans. But having the grid and the location for every drawing, we know that we could merge the drawings and nothing will overlap on top of each other. So the only common thing with the drawings is actually the grid and this center column I haven't covered yet, where we have the layers that we use. We have the annotation blocks. We have the blocks that we use to cover the all the drawings. I mean, we have the washing machine and bedrooms, and they all normally dynamic, in some cars, some trees, some people. Then we have some legends also. We here, and this is the place to, if we decide to go to put the legends as a viewport, because we can choose two options, whether we just copy this if we are happy with this one and we just chuck it on the drawing, or we actually go to the layout and make a viewport and aim for this area. In any case, in here we have plenty of templates of legends like plumbing or area schedule, basics requirements, which are just samples, which we can then copy here and just aim for this area. Last thing would be the title block. We normally have one title block in the drawing, even though it's irrelevant in the case, but sometimes comes handy in case we need to quickly print something and we want to print it with the title block, which happens very often, and instead of going the layout. So as you can see, the idea is to set the layouts kind of in order and try to touch them as little as possible. So then we know that they will print because we have the layers set up and the colors and the CTV all set up. Thank you. Bye.